wild card in global geopolitics and world economy. Yes, we are talking about the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin. In just a few hours from now, President Putin will land in India and will be hosted by the Prime Minister in a private dinner. This is going to be the 17th time the two leaders are going to have a meeting. So what we will discuss this morning is one, of course, the message to Trump, despite his threats, the future of India's fuel diplomacy with Russia, the perfect recipe for Atmanirbhar Bharat, a defense deal to act as a deterrence, not vehicle for war. The question really is, will President Putin's India visit be Modi's trump card? Now, let's talk about the message that is being sent via this particular visit of Russian President Putin. Now, this is important because President Trump, in fact, has warned India to, reduce its dependence on Russian oil imports. And despite that, we have literally rolled out red carpet for Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, this is the first visit of Putin since the Ukraine war and tariffs. And this is the latest update that we are getting for you. First, Deputy Prime Minister of Russian Federation arrived in Parliament to meet Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. That's the latest update that we are getting for you. So ahead of Russian President's visit, ahead of Russian President's arrival in the national capital, we are getting to know that first Deputy Prime Minister Russian Federation has arrived in Parliament. There's going to be a meeting with Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Then those are the first set of visuals that we are getting for you. And it's a very important high-profile visit that we are talking about of Russian President Vladimir Putin to India. It has got a lot of interesting things on the agenda. Pragya, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast, so more on this. Okay, we'll go across to Pragya in just a bit, but this is an important update that we are getting for you. Ahead of Russian President Vladimir Putin's arrival in the national capital, we have the first Deputy Prime Minister of Russian Federation arriving in Delhi in the Parliament to meet Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister. We have my colleague Rishabh joining us on the broadcast, so more on this. Rishabh, give us more details of this meeting that's going to take place between first Deputy Prime Minister of Russian Federation and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman.
Well, if we talk about President Putin's visit to India, it is a huge delegation that's coming with President Putin. About 135 is what we are given to understand. This delegation will have ministers, deputy prime ministers, governors, cosmonauts, chess grandmasters, even media fraternity leaders, CEOs, among others. Right now, the first deputy prime minister is going to meet the finance minister. On agenda would be trade. Remember, even Peskov, the spokesperson of Kremlin and the press secretary to the president of Russia, has very categorically said that Russia wants to bridge the trade deficit between India and Russia. Right now, India's import from Russia is quite high, while India's export to Russia does not match the standards, and that's what India has been pressing for. So now the focus is on trade, and when we talk about trade, it is about equalizing the import and export of India and Russia. And I'll ask my camera person to show. Delhi is now decked up. You'll see Russian flag and Indian flag here. We are here at Teen Murti, the Haifa Teen Murti Chowk. And you'll see the flags are on. So the ministers have started coming in. We have a guard of honor for the defense minister of Russia as well at about 3:45 at Manekshaw Center, where there will be a bilateral between the two defense ministers of Russia and India as well. Now, you have the president of Russia touching down New Delhi at around 6:30 p.m. this evening. On agenda,
the high-profile visit of the Russian president. Will of course be keeping a track of all his movement and what exactly is going to happen during his visit to India with you, Rishabh. But for now, slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.